Lace will transition to weather. I know we got to be weather aware later today.
We do have severe weather possible in parts of Oklahoma heading into the afternoon. We've got cloud cover building in the Panhandle. Marty Logan, Kyle Wilson out in the Panhandle and Highway 412. No snow where Marty is now. He's coming into Guyman. We've had some light snow, some flurries, heavier snow in our far western Panhandle. And throughout the day, we will be checking in with Marty. His shot's going to look a whole lot different here in the next several hours. Here in Oklahoma City, skies are clear. Winds are at about 5 to 15, nothing like they were yesterday. Let me show you why the winds have relaxed. There goes the storm pushing off to the north. The next one is making its way on in from the west, and what that's doing is going to continue to ramp our wind up, dump the snow in the Panhandle, and spark a few strong to severe storms later today down towards the south and east. So ahead of the dry line, a warm sector setting up. It'll be spring-like, and with that, spring-like storms will be possible. Now, is this going to be a major day? It's not looking that way, but I do think some storms with some wind to hail and maybe even a low tornado threat definitely is there. There's Marty's location. Little light snow overhead. That's still evaporating. It's not reaching the ground in Marty's shot, and I've been talking to him throughout the morning. Then you see the winter storm warnings in red. That's where the heaviest snow will be today. 44 degrees, sunny skies across the region. Northeast winds 15, some gusts 25 to 30. Temperatures 30s, 40s, and mid-50s. Now, it's warming up. We're in the 60s now in southern Oklahoma. Gulf moisture is streaming in, and what will happen is that south wind makes its way on up, battles the cold air, and eventually you kind of get the battle of the seasons. Lift, jet stream increases overhead, all the things happening, 60s, 70s, and then the chance for storms increasing. Now, too cold for storms and severe weather to the north, and 20s out in our Panhandle. A wild day across Oklahoma today. And here's this view coming up between 4 o'clock and midnight. We may have a few storms in the metro, but I do think that cold front continues to make its way on in. Those storms will likely be on the flip side, the north side of the cold front, meaning they could produce a little wind, a little hail, but overall their severe threat goes down. Anything that can develop down to the south in more warmer, unstable environment would have a chance to become severe. Temperatures into the low 60s here in Oklahoma City. And here's future next gen. Now, this is one set of data. The exact timing and location of this will still change. No model's ever going to nail it exactly. But to kind of give you an idea of what the environment is like, 4 or 5 o'clock, storms trying to take off. May have a few storms in the metro, but again, right now, those do not look to be very problematic. And I think it's about a 20% chance currently. Higher chance down to the south and off towards the east. And if storms can take off, like this particular data set has down near Lake Texoma, that thing could be a pretty big storm, a supercell. Goes up rotating. Wind, hail, tornado threat that may continue for quite a while off towards the east. And again, warmer, more unstable in southeastern Oklahoma. Meanwhile, snow in the northwest, but it's light, and that continues and then tapers off overnight. 20, 30, 40% chance of storms down to the south. It's a higher chance the further east that you become when more of a line starts to develop. Meanwhile, snow starts in the northwest and basically Buffalo, back up to Alva, Fort Supply, Woodward. Pretty light the way it looks. Light snow overnight tonight to the north, and the rain continues off into eastern Oklahoma. So as far as the hail zone is concerned, nickel, dime size hail in green, up to quarters in yellow, and then in the orange zones where we could have up to golf ball size hail. Stay tuned to the forecast through the day. Depending on how far to the south that cold front makes it, this could still shove further to the south. It could shove to the east, and it could even lift to the north a little bit, but that's the current day as of right now. Tornado zone currently, nothing has really changed here from Asher, Pauls Valley, Sulphur, Milo, Ardmore down to Medill. It's a low risk. It's a number 3. We're not up here in the moderate or high category for today, but definitely a possibility, and that's why trackers will be in this area, swarming any storm that forms, and we'll bring you updates. Light snow, maybe a trace in white. In the blue, 1, maybe some bullseyes of 2 inches of snow, and then you get out into the Panhandle. Some areas could see 4 to 8 inches, and some data has totals closer to a foot when you get closer up into Kansas and far southeastern Colorado. Then the big cold blast, teens and 20s expected tonight. These are your wind chills tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. So 60s today, 70s in the state, near 0 tomorrow, even below 0 for feel-like temperatures in the northwest. Highs tomorrow in the 30s. Wind chills will be in the 20s at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. A winter day. Then we warm it up Friday afternoon, 50s to 60s for your weekend. Dry on President's Day. A lot of kiddos out of school President's Day on Monday. And then here come rain chances next week. And we're back right after this.